On tonight's show, we have fashion designer and the owner of the World Collective brand, Deon Devante. And now for your host, KoolKard. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kickin' It with KoolKard show. This is episode 131. We are back in here in the cool crib, kicking it. All right. Last week, episode 130, I had Furious Styles, film director. He came on talking about a new movie that he and his crew produced during the pandemic called Coronavirus Chronicles 1 and 2. And listen, you got to go check him out. He just had a release party, I believe, this past weekend, and he's going to be dropping it. I think it's going to be airing on Tubi and some other streaming services like that. But just stay tuned, man. Go check it out. I have all the links to whatever he's doing. All the links will be below right in the description. So make sure you keep up with that. It was a great interview. Talked about the film industry, independent film industry, independent filmmakers and the struggles they deal with, and just so on and so forth. All right. And just not giving up on your dream and just doing it when people don't believe or people telling you not to do it. All right. So that goes for you too. If somebody's telling you not to do something or they're telling you you're not ready, do it anyway. All right. But listen, this week we're diving back into fashion. We're diving back into a visionary's mind. I got Deon Devante coming on. He came on before. He was on another episode, and he was just launching his new clothing line called the World Collective brand, and it was his first release, first collection. But now he's back because he has released another collection, and he just did an art show. He has another company. He's doing all types of things. So we're gonna dive into his world, into his mind. All right. So let's bring him right on in, like how I like to do. Cool little welcome, and let's get it, y'all. Yes, what's happening, Deon Devante? Back in the building.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me back on with an awesome intro to display all the new products that I have out right now.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm definitely happy to be kicking it with KoolKard right now. How are you, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, doing wonderfully well. Back, great to have you back. I know you're doing your thing, man. And congratulations on the new drop, man. That's a big accomplishment.
Thank you, man. It took a lot of work because I'm sure from the last time you guys seen, I had a lot of different visuals and logos with the company. I had to revamp and do my thing and had to roll it out in different ways. So I'm really happy how it all came out and something I definitely look forward longevity wise to sticking to. So
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
I guess the first collection was kind of like an experiment for you. It was kind of like your baby, your guinea pig, kind of feeling
Yeah.
things out. What inspired you to change the logo? Because I know you changed the logo and everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. So obviously, all the time you want to go bigger and better.
Mm.
The logo I had, it was kind of just made like not really quick, but it was just like a rough draft. I felt like it was a little too not childish, but it just was like underdeveloped as far as what I
Yeah,
had in my mental. So every time I wanted to scale up, doing big and better things. So I definitely wanted to make the Pangea content more descriptive, have the world look more earthly, worldly, realistic. So I definitely felt like I needed to come like way harder with this collection, and even just the meaning, Empower the World collection. I was
yeah.
able to create a new logo that I'm going to stick with for life that I feel like implements what the brand means and just even the collection and everything going forward. So I really loved it.
Well, that's good, and I'm glad you said that because here's the thing that people need to understand. Other people need to see the growth,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that was your growth. That was your growing process. And don't look down on that process and don't look back and like, oh, that was kind of generic, whatever. But you leveled up. But here's the thing.
Mhm.
You didn't wait. You started and you dropped the collection. You got it out there. You didn't wait like, oh, let me just doctor this up until I get it right, till I get it right, till I get it right. And it's never right. You dropped
Yeah,
it. You had something that was worthy of being dropped. It wasn't cheesy, it wasn't corny, but you felt like it wasn't what you wanted. But you didn't wait. You dropped. And I just dropped a video on Instagram talking about why wait, right? People tell you you're
yeah.
not ready. People tell you, oh, that's whack or you corny or whatever. You can't wait. You got to
No,
go and do it
exactly.
anyway. You know what I'm saying? Feel your
Especially
way
if you're
out.
doing it for the people. So you got to put it out there, get their response. You could think about it all
Yeah.
day and speculate on how you wanted to do it, but
Yep.
if the people aren't messing with it, if the people don't relate to it, react to it, you're
Right.
not going to get that feedback if you don't get that out. So I had to,
Exactly.
I just had to start where I could, and then eventually develop it and just scale up from the feedback that I got from the first collection, and even just from my personal critiques, what I did wrong, what I feel
Yeah.
like I could do better.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience all around. Even if you don't sell anything, like
Yeah.
just getting that
Exactly.
out is just the most feedback you can get, rather than just being in your head and not moving
Like I
anywhere.
always
So
tell people, is listen, if you don't sell not one shirt, not one bag, it doesn't matter. You
yeah,
accomplished something. You did something that 99% of the people that are talking about doing something, you know what I'm saying? You did something they didn't do.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's a
And
win.
especially if you love it. So it doesn't matter if the rest of the world doesn't know it, as long as it's personal
Exactly.
to yourself and you get
Yep.
what you have in your mind achieved and bring it to real life. It doesn't matter. I know your
Yep.
family, friends are going to be there for you to support you as well as yourself. So honestly, selling out and going and
That
having
comes.
people like adore you, exactly, that
Yeah.
all comes.
That comes in
But
time. Right now you're growing, you're building, you know what I'm saying? You're working the kinks out, you're figuring out what works, what doesn't work, you know what I mean? Because
mhm,
your first time might not work, second time might not work, third time might not work, fifth time might not work. But guess what?
you
That
need it
one
to
time
work
that
once.
works. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. That one time that works. So you just keep doing it and you love it. So it's not like
Mhm.
work. You love
Yeah,
creating
exactly.
and you have all these ideas. Something's gonna stick.
Mhm.
If you like it, somebody else is gonna like it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
get a lot of great feedback from a lot of people all over the world. So I know I'm
Yeah.
doing something right. Even just with the message of my brand, I'm doing it for the people. So people's reaction is definitely what I thrive off, what I
And you
want
know
to
what
see.
though?
So
You know what? That's currency right there. You know why it's
mm,
currency? Because here's the thing. You have a brand, you believe in it. Other people probably don't believe in it yet. They don't know the culture of the brand. You haven't built that culture up so that people can really buy into it because you're just getting
yeah,
started. It takes time, right?
yeah,
So them just saying, "Yo, that's dope." They may not have bought it, but they're acknowledging it.
yeah.
You could put
And
something
it's
out and
something they'll
nobody even
see.
acknowledges it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Mm,
currency that's going to drive you to just keep doing, but keep growing, keep getting better until they catch on to what you're doing. See, you're not waiting on anybody. You're going to continue doing what you're doing, and eventually they will catch on. Eventually they will buy in. Eventually they
exactly.
will buy. You know what I'm
They'll
saying?
understand. They'll
They'll
buy. They'll
understand.
understand. They'll share.
Yeah,
They'll think it's something that they could share with other people that they feel like they're putting them onto.
yeah.
So yeah, that all comes. So
And
I'm
see,
really
and it's
excited.
a good learning lesson. It's a good lesson to
Mhm.
learn because instant gratification, the world we're living in right now, everybody wants the results that they think they
Yeah,
should have right now.
instantly.
And
Yeah,
and and then it's like, oh well, they ain't fooling with me. They hating. They're not supporting. And we all say that. Yeah, people, they don't support, and people really don't support. But
yeah,
you gotta make them want to support. You
yeah,
have to make
exactly.
them want to support. You got to give them some type of value and
Hmm.
allow them to see your vision so thoroughly that they can buy into the process, the journey, the brand, the culture. It has to be an experience for people to really buy into what you're doing. You really
No,
have to give
definitely.
them an experience. And once they get that experience and they feel that they're a part of that experience, they're gonna buy every single thing you drop, even if it is whack. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. Especially with, what I'm doing, I want to build a community. So I feel
Exactly.
like that's what's most important. The groundwork of creating those foundations for people to have a safe place to whatever they feel like is going on in the world that they want to outshare and
Yeah.
talk about. They have a safe place for that, and they have other collectives to do that with. So that's my main focus, is just building that community. I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah.
I know everything's a slow grind with these type of brands, so
Yeah,
I'm
for
I'm just
sure.
excited, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm
man.
finding my way and
Let's talk
developing it for
about
myself.
art entertainment though, because that came
Yeah,
about. You had that in your mind way before the World Collective. So let's talk a little bit about that because that kind of led into what you're doing with the World Collective and the initiatives that you have behind your brands. Talk about art entertainment.
yeah. So Art Entertainment is a brand that I started with my friend Dylan. Dylan is
Shout
uh
them out. Shout them out.
definitely no, definitely Dylan Escobar. He's doing his thing, Prosper Tent. He has his own company in Prosper, of course, Prosper, Texas. He's
Mm-hmm.
doing his thing. But we started this brand in high school, and we were rapping. He was engineering, and we just wanted a collective to have artists that were our friends and just ourselves to be a part of. But after a while, it kind of faded out. Took a different angle in music, and then I moved to New York, and then a lot of our friends that was around us wasn't around us that much anymore. But
Right.
it always was in the back of my head to have something, to have like a spotlight for artists, to give them their flowers of all walks of artistry and from all over the world. So art entertainment for me and for Dylan even became a parent company of the World Collective, that is the
Okay.
media marketing part, like a media marketing branch of the World Collective, for artists to have that spotlight, to give those flowers, to do those collabs. So that's definitely what I strive to do, and I want to continue to make it even bigger, on a bigger platform, like even like Rock Nation type of thing, but
Okay.
more than that, So yeah.
So okay. So I keep hearing a key word, is a token word in there. World. Why for you everything that you're doing, it kind of revolves around the world? What is that? What is
Because
that?
there's dope artists everywhere. Like there's dope artists everywhere. Whether you're fencing, you're making pottery, I don't know. There's so many different forms
Yeah.
of artistry all over the world. I've met a lot of great artists, so I feel like why just be domestic? Like why stop here? Why only put on my friends, which I want to do in a sense too, but I just feel like there's so much more as far as you outreach, even just the different artists and different people you bring on this show. Like I know you're not just looking in one area, so I feel like there's just so much more out there to touch on that people wouldn't even know of. And I feel like that's really, really important to just bring all of our artistries, and even just with the brand, the World Collective, different elements of who makes us us, and
Yeah.
bring that into one. So yeah.
Okay. So all right. So you have all these initiatives behind. So okay, just to be clear, everybody, the
Mm.
World Collective brand is his clothing brand, art entertainment. He's shining the spotlight on artists, artistry, celebrating art, all that across the world, all different walks of life, all different genres, everything, right? But he really has a passion behind all of this, initiatives behind all of these brands to empower the world. You heard him
Mm.
say, empower the world. He is really big on like philanthropy, right? So let's speak on that. Like you spoke to me about bringing free water, free clean water to like nations and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like speak on some of like these initiatives that you're not doing right now, but that's in your forecast and that's what you aim to do.
Yeah, so even just with our entertainment, like we're talking about, uh, intertwining with the World Collective, I would love to find artists, sponsor them, do certain collabs with them that showcases their artistry, but also pays homage to their upbringing, their background. I would love to do collabs with different world brands, and sponsorships, nonprofits to bring power, cleaning up water, electricity, building schools, just different things that the world really needs. You mentioned my free water plan. I would love to, well, I will make water free one day with the brand once it reaches a certain financial status to where I can eat it, and develop eco-friendly packaging, natural ways to filter water, and just have free water by the case in different distributors, whether it's Walmart, Target, that people can go and pick up certain times of the month, or limited per case. But I definitely would love to do certain things that would definitely make the world a better place and include other walks of life into it as well. It's not just about America, so I'm very,
Right.
very inspired of different cultures all over this world, and it just drives me to make it further than just here. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's dope, man. How are you gonna start a charity? Are you giving to charities? And if you are, giving to charities? Like, what percentage of your sales do you forecast, giving out to them?
Yeah, so as of now, I'm not giving any percentage to charities. I'm trying to actually just build a rapport with the right ones that I could have a longevity relationship with.
Yeah.
This is only my second collection, so even doing that as far as like the percentage of sales, it kind of gets a little technical that I still need to work out for myself.
Okay.
I would love to create a nonprofit for myself, but also just doing that, it's a little technical. It takes a little time. But I do have that in the works, and it is something I look forward to having by next year or next collection,
Okay.
and we'll be a part going forward. So, yeah.
All right. What was the different approach with the new World Collective look and drop, the collection that you have now?
Yeah, so with the last collection I had, it was called World by Storm.
Hmm.
So it included different planets, and I felt like with my message and purpose of the brand, it was cool graphically. I don't feel like it really told the story of the brand just by looking at it to new incomers as far as people who wanted to support or people I would explain it to.
Hmm.
Um, and I wanted to just be more than a brand that has just dope graphic tees or
Right.
just dope pictures and stuff. So with the new revamp of the logo and the shirts, the products, I wanted it to be something that you can look at it and you realistically can just get it. Even if you don't understand it fully, just the first sentence of me like telling you what it is, you're like, oh, and you could wrap it all together.
Right.
So even now, the new collection's called Empower the World collection.
Hmm.
So this is a hat that I have from the Empower the World collection.
Okay.
Of course, with this new logo, I wanted it to be included TWC. I'm sure even me just saying that, you can see the T, you can see the W, you can see it within the collection, within the logo.
Right.
But it's also a power button. So
That's
that's
dope.
where the Empower the World comes in. That's what we look to do, um, all parts of the world, and yeah, that's just kind of what we had going when we were developing it, and I feel like it turned out great. I honestly love it, and like I said, it's a logo that I honestly wouldn't change. I would add more logos, but I just feel like it has a lot of longevity, and it just goes further than this collection. And that's what I really loved about it. As far as the Pangea, I definitely am still sticking with that logo.
Okay.
As you can see now,
Yeah.
I wanted to make it more definitive so you can really see, like, okay, there's America, there's Europe, and then you could kind of get it. Not a lot of people like really off the top know what Pangea is. So like I said, it's just making it more clear to people, making the message more clear,
So,
um, and
so for
making it
those who
not
don't,
long-winded.
so for those who don't understand what Pangea is, explain that. And then for me, when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's basically like we're all one. And
Mhm.
so, is that kind of your thinking behind it? Is why you?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So with the World Collective, is Pangea is just before plate tectonics when all the continents separated and they were all together, and that's what I look forward to doing. It doesn't matter the distance between us as far as continents or the divide that people try to
Yeah.
create within politics or race or whatever it may be. We all have different elements of ourselves that make us one, and I want to embrace that and bring that to the forefront. And I feel like it's really dope message, and everybody can relate to it. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
something I
dope.
really want to push.
Yeah. I want to show off your. I'm gonna show you a commercial too, so people can get
Okay,
a closer look in living
awesome,
color.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Let's check out the commercial, y'all. This is Deon Devante's commercial for his collection drop, Empower the World. So y'all check this out. And he shot it
Yeah,
himself, him and his production team.
yeah. Me and my boy Frank insert visuals. So
Yeah. All right, let's
thank
get
you,
it. Let's check it out. Yes, sir. There it is. Dope, dope, dope. Yeah, man. So
thank you.
not only do you do clothing, I mean, you kind of produce videos, model, act.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
definitely.
Got
I
your
gotta
hand.
wear all the hats at the beginning, so you know how that goes. So I'm doing
I'm
what I can.
I mean, it's cool though because at the end of the day, you can run a full-on production team at the same time. Though, is that
Hmm.
something in your future, or you just doing what you
Yeah,
got to do?
no, definitely. That's something I would love to incorporate with art entertainment, which is
Okay.
why I have that company,
Yeah.
spotlighting artists. Like I said, I wanted to become on the same scale of like Rock Nation more though. But yeah, I love doing different hats, videography, modeling. Even if I have to act in my own things, I'd love to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I saw you did model some of your clothes. I saw some of the pictures
most definitely,
that
most
show.
definitely.
Yeah. What you got to do, man. Talk
Yeah.
about the show that you just put on for art entertainment.
Yeah, so for our entertainment, June 4th at 3, I had a show called The Art Show. It was the first time I've ever done anything like this, but I thought I wanted to bring it to life, and I was able to bring it to life. It was honestly one of the dopest experience I've ever done as far as just something I brought from my mental to the real life. I
Yeah.
had my boy Ox, he was performing. I had my friends from this band Phase 2, they were amazing. I had a professional sound production stage, and it was at this park on 16th Street in Bayonne. And it was really, really, really great. The visuals was great, the production was great, the vibes was great, the people that were there was everything, so I loved it a lot. It was definitely a day I remember forever.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the last though, not the last. I'm gonna have more shows coming up, for my own company for the art show. That's not the last art show.
Yeah.
Really, the art show was an idea I had to just showcase artists, that, whether they're rapping, singing, poets, just different artistry that you would want to showcase. It's literally like a talent show.
Yeah.
But this one, I wanted to make it close to home, include my friends, and it was actually really dope. So I loved it a lot.
Any fashion shows in the forecast?
Yes, that's actually kind of funny because my friend, I was just talking to him. He thought this was a fashion show, and it made
Uh
me think like, dang, when am I gonna actually do that? Because I've thought about it. I wrote it on paper. I don't know like a skeleton of it yet, but that's definitely coming up in the near future. Something I would love to do for the brand.
okay. Where
Yeah.
can people buy the collection at?
So it's going to be on my website, the brand's website, theworldcollective.world.
Okay.
Heavy on the dot world. So theworldcollective.world.
Okay.
And everything's on there. I have hair ties, bags, tote bags, hats, shirts, and it's just something for everybody, man. I wanted to make sure of this time too. For last time, I had a lot of women asking me, "Oh, like, is this unisex? Is this?"
Yeah.
Even just the accessory items that I did. So I wanted to include something that could be unisex and versatile to men and women. And I feel like it turned out great. I love all the items. I use them personally, not just because it's my brand. I would actually use this from any other brand. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really loved how it all turned out.
I got a couple of them dad hats, so you already know.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
So
Them
what
dad
about
has going crazy right now too.
right, right. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the one picking up real quick.
Yeah, no, the dad hats in the bags. People are loving it.
That's what's up, man. Do you
Yeah.
plan on marketing like on Instagram or any other platforms like that?
Yeah, for sure. So I have a lot of things in the works. Instagram, I'm trying to work with Facebook. I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with Facebook, but you know how they can
It's
be.
a hassle.
They have a hold on my account due to the last time that I rebranded. They're used to a certain domain that I have. I had to change everything. I even changed my Instagram name from the World Collective 360 to the World Collective brand, which I feel like sounds a lot better. And they're just having problems, I guess, identifying that. I want to outsource to other markets such as like Groupon, Amazon,
Yeah.
just different things that can definitely get it out there. I'm not picky with anything. I'm even gonna start marketing on TikTok. I've been really contemplating on that. But why leave out an avenue where you can get your stuff out there?
Yeah,
That's what you're
exactly.
doing it for anyway. So I'm definitely looking forward to outsourcing with different avenues of marketing.
That's what I need to do too. I need to get on that TikTok, man. I hate TikTok,
Man,
but you know,
I hate
it's
TikTok too, but that's where it's at right now. I mean, that's where the kids is at. That's where the women are at. And honestly, like if you have the demographics of kids and women, like dudes don't really even matter because dudes are doing everything women want to do.
yep,
So I feel like that's where it's at, and it makes a ton of sense. So I'm
yep.
definitely open to doing that, man.
You know what? I just had an idea. I know exactly what I'm gonna do on TikTok. I know exactly what I'm gonna do on TikTok.
We
Oh
could talk
man,
about that later. We could
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that later.
I'm glad we're talking
Don't give it
about it.
away. Yeah, don't give it away. But you know what I mean. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. So, what has been the biggest obstacle for you bringing about awareness for your brand? And once you tell me what that biggest obstacle is, we're gonna try to come up. We're gonna brainstorm right here live on air to try to come up with some solutions to get a breakthrough. What is it? What's been
Mm,
the biggest obstacle for you?
I appreciate that too, because it's kind of like problem and solution right here, right off the bat.
Yeah,
And then
let's
we
get
have
it.
other people in the comments. If you want to drop any comments, any ideas, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
sure Card would appreciate that. Um, but realistically, man, just kind of creating a solid structured team. Like I said, I wear a lot of hats. I get very overwhelmed. I also, have a personal job. So sometimes I get overwhelmed. Sometimes there's pockets that I miss that could be, be have more execution towards. I feel like sometimes I'm putting like 30 or 50 50 50,
Mm-hmm.
and really just building a solid team. Um,
So,
yeah,
all right,
probably
cool.
building a solid team and making sure within my budget that I'm able to pay everybody because
Okay,
you can't expect people to do anything for free, and give the same execution as you. So
I got
yeah,
an idea. Glad you said that. Got an idea. So, you want a solid team? You already said you got to throw some money at it, right?
yeah,
Now, do you need
definitely.
a solid team on it? Do you need boots on the ground, and do you need them in the Instagram and the social media sphere? Do you need them on the web? Where do you need them at?
I need them on the web. I
All
feel
right.
like I have everything on the ground kind of set.
Okay.
Eventually you want to move on, but
You
yeah, on
probably
the
already know
web.
what I'm gonna say. Fiverr. Go on Fiverr.
Mm,
Write down every angle that you need covered. Write
hmm.
down every person or every profession that you need to be a part of your circle or your business. Go on Fiverr and find them. Look
Yeah,
at the reviews. Look at what people are saying. Look at their ratings. Look at their work, and then create a team. And then once you create that team and you start doing repeat business with them, they're gonna give you discounts anyway. And then there's subscriptions
yeah,
now. Create that team and let them become familiar with you. And then you have a
yeah,
working team for you that's working while you're sleeping because most of them are over in India and Asia and all that anyway. So while you're
true.
sleeping and getting some rest, your brand is still growing, it's still working. People are still promoting, still might even be posting on your Instagram, might be posting on your TikTok, might be doing something for your SEO. But you got to create that team.
No,
So
that's
you
smart.
need to sit down and kind of look at other brands and look at other company structures and see what departments they have and then just
Yeah,
pluck one little person off of Fiverr and say, okay, this is gonna be that department for me. Pluck this person, this is gonna be that department for me. And I'm telling you, this could work for a lot of people. And I know people that are doing this that are successful. You just
mm.
gotta pay them. But Fiverr is
No, for
inexpensive.
sure.
Fiverr is relatively inexpensive. You can find even if you don't find somebody with a top rating, just find somebody that's young, hungry, just starting out and not charging much. But guess
Yeah,
what? You're in that pocket. You about to get grandfathered in. So when they do get really good at what they're doing, and they might be good from jump, they might just be a first time creator, right?
yeah. First
They
time
might they might
seller.
just establish their
They
account.
don't
So they
have
don't
enough ratings yet.
exactly. So you
Mm,
get in at that low point where they're not charging much, you're grandfathered in. And now
mm.
you got a team that you can manage and you can afford, and they're working for you while you sleep. And that's the best thing. That's the best thing anybody can ask for, especially as an entrepreneur. because we get tired. We can't do it
Yeah,
all. We want to
exactly.
do it all, but mentally we can't do it all. We get exhausted. We get burnt out. There's days we're like,
Yeah,
man, F this social media. I don't feel like doing it. We all feel that way.
man.
But I was
I'll
watching
tell you
a
about it.
video today with Country Wayne, a comedian. He was like, listen, man, I'm telling you, everybody that wants to get into the entertainment business or whatever it is, you need to get on this social media. He was like, this is the way. This is the way. This is the only way. He was like, people in Hollywood control the studios, but they're not making the stars anymore.
Mm.
It's you creating your own following and then bringing that light to yourself, and then they come and get you because they want all your followers. So they control the studios, but they're not controlling you becoming who you can be.
Mm.
So now we got to control
It's like
who.
you're meeting them where they're at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Like you
that.
got to control who you can be, man, because that's just what it is. And I feel him on that because we talk. I tell you, I don't like social media, but I got to do it, right? For this, for
Yeah,
acting,
same
everything.
here.
And recently I just started doing my testimonials and talking to the camera and talking to the people, and at the same time, wrapping it around to promoting the show at the same time, talking about an episode, talking about somebody who came on and was talking some real stuff. Then I give them a message. But it's all organic, it's real. Because
Not
that's
for
what I'm
sure.
living. That's what I talked about with my guests. You know what I'm
Yeah, and
saying?
I've been
So
seeing you.
so why not just relay that message again? Because 95% of the people I'm talking to on Instagram didn't go to YouTube and watch the YouTube video anyway. So if
Yeah,
I'm
and
bringing
you
that
already
light,
have the content there. You already have the
exactly,
topic there. So
exactly,
why
exactly.
not?
And guess what? Within this past week or two, I've gotten like 100 followers. It's
Yeah.
just that. It's just that when you start pouring into people and giving them value, and people be like, "Oh, man, that's right. Yeah, I do feel like that. Oh, I never looked
Mm.
at it like that. Oh, I needed that. I didn't see it like that, but I needed to see it like that." Then you start pointing. I get people that'll just message me on there and be like, "Thank you," and then they'll follow
Yeah.
me, and they be
And
like,
they
"Oh my,
probably from all different parts of the world, and you
yeah,
don't even know.
man, different
Yeah.
people that I wouldn't even expect to follow me. It's just a whole different demographics are following me right now, just because I'm
Mm.
touching them, touching their hearts, their emotions. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel that.
They
And
ain't
then when
got
you have
nothing to do
different,
with entertainment. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't even care about what I do. But what I'm
yeah,
giving them is valuable. So they're like, man, I'm touched. I need more of this. Let me follow this guy to make sure I don't miss whatever else he got to give, you know?
no, I
So,
feel that. And then with the endless of topics, is you have different artists come on every week, so you're gonna have different topics and different demographics. So you're gonna
yes.
touch on basically everything. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be hard not to relate to people. And then also
exactly.
once you get going, even just touching base on your Fiverr and creating that team, everything
Yeah.
within yourself and that team is just gonna be rinse, wash, repeat. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Rinse, wash, repeat, and all like you said, it just takes one. So once you
Yeah.
rinse, wash, and repeat, you see what's working for you, you see what doesn't work for you, you give yourself feedback, people are giving you the feedback. Eventually you're gonna get there, man. So
Yep.
I definitely agree with everything you're saying. I'm also gonna reflect on myself to after this and do some thinking to do that. I
Get
mean,
on that
so
camera,
thank you.
man. Get on that
Nah, for
camera.
sure.
While
I've
I'm
been
giving
seeing
you
you, so thank you.
while I'm no, hey, no problem. You ain't gotta thank me for that. While I'm giving you the game, I gotta do it myself. I gotta create my
Mm,
team. I'm working on something right now, so I'm taking one step at a time. I'm working on something right now. I'm trying to complete, and then I'm gonna create my team. I'm also gonna
mm,
create a TikTok. I'm gonna do my thing on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just build it step by step by step. Also, what I was gonna tell you too is, what about, this is not about a team thing, but it's about brand awareness. What
mm.
about interning for Fashion Week? Find your in, man. Surround yourself around like-minded people that can lift you up, that can give you the game, and you see the ins and outs of what it really takes to make these clothes, to really market these clothes, to get models, what level of model, why this type of model over that type of model for your clothes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
not true.
You have to make a match. It's a marriage. It's a pair. When you get a model, it's for a reason. It ain't just
Mm,
anybody. And I know right now it's probably hard. It's a struggle trying to get somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you get whatever you can
yeah.
get. But it's a chemistry to that. So I would say an idea, go intern for Fashion Week. I've done it before. I wasn't into fashion. I did it. It just fell in my lap. I did it. It's an
I
experience.
was about to say, I'm like, how did you get that? Like, how did you go about getting
It
that?
fell into
Because
my
I've
lap.
thought about that.
Fell into
It's
my
not
lap.
like a lot on Indeed, but Yeah, you kind of just have to network and talk your way around. So I'm definitely gonna look into that as well.
Look,
I've always wanted to do
for it,
that, to be honest.
when you go looking for it, you'll find it. It's there.
Yeah.
Everybody loves free help. And then if they know
Hmm.
that you have a clothing line, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, of course, come on," because you get it, you understand. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're already there. You're not just like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to learn." You tell them, "Hey, I got my line. Check out my website. This is what it is right here. I'm just trying to learn. I'm here for free
Yeah.
labor and to learn. I won't be in the way. I'm just gonna help." You think somebody's gonna tell you no?
No, that's
Somebody.
true.
I don't care if
Especially
it's
in
a
this city.
huh?
So especially in this city, like living in Jersey, going to New York. So I know there's someone out there. I even
There's
have
somebody.
friends of mine who have, starter up brands. They have their fashion shows and their first or second fashion show is launched that they've been doing. So I'm
See?
definitely gonna look into that. I've always wanted to do that for real.
See? There you go. There you
Yeah.
go, man. Fashion week. Do it.
Hmm. And it's
Intern.
coming up soon, sooner than you know it. So I'm
Yes.
about to start looking.
And then what about giveaways? Remember, I just said you got to give people value.
Hmm.
Sometimes they won't buy it, but you give it to them.
Yeah.
Set aside an amount of money that you're willing to lose and risk and throw away, but
Hmm.
give it away because the more people with it, the more people will talk or the more people will
Yeah.
get it on what
The
you're
more
trying to do.
visibility.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to give some
Hmm.
away.
Walking advertisements.
You got to give some
So
away. Sometimes
no,
that's what it
definitely.
takes. Sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, what do you? Okay, so you walk into Sam's, you walk into the supermarket. What are they in there doing in a little booth? Giving samples, giving taste,
Yeah.
giving a taste, right? And then what happens when somebody likes it? Oh, what aisle is this on? Right over
They're
there on
showing you where
aisle
to
eight.
buy it. Yep.
Right over there on aisle eight. Then they go buy it.
Hmm.
That's what you got to do, man. Sometimes people don't know they want it till you show them that they want it. Some people don't know
True.
that they want it till you show them that they want it or they
That's
need
very
it.
true.
You know what I'm saying? You throw that dad hat on them, they be like, "Oh, I never even wore a dad hat. I like fitted hats, but this dad hat is," you know what I'm saying? How much
Yeah.
you want? How much you want? Nah, this is you. Just, you know what I mean. But here's the website. Whatever, whatever. You go on the website, sign up for the newsletter, get 10% off too.
Hmm.
There you go. They never knew they even wanted a dad hat, but then they see that thing on them, they like, "Oh,
Especially if you have, you take pictures and you create content with those people, because some people nowadays they don't really support you until they see other people supporting you. It's
yes,
unfortunate, but
yes,
it's that credibility, it's that walking advertisement. If I'm wearing something and my friend comes in, he asks me, "Oh, what is that?" And I tell him, more than likely, if he goes out and he sees it somewhere else, from somewhere he don't even know, like it's not even have nothing to do with me, that's gonna create that, that credibility is gonna get them
yeah,
thinking. So
yep,
yeah, I definitely understand that.
yeah, man." So giveaways. So we talk about three things: giveaways,
Yeah,
fashion week,
giveaways,
internship,
Fashion Week,
and
Fiverr.
creating your team through Fiverr.
Hmm.
Because money talks, man. And then people on
No, for
Fiverr,
sure.
they're rated. They care about their ratings. So they're not gonna be like your homeboy who's gonna drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? Even if you hire your homeboy and you pay him, he's still gonna drop the ball. 9 times out
Yeah.
of 10, he's gonna drop the ball. Why? Because he's too familiar with you. Oh, he's cool, man. If I'm a little late, Deon ain't gonna trip. That's my homeboy.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop the ball. So these
No, that's
people,
very
all
true.
they understand is money and their ratings. And
Hmm.
and maybe their love for whatever they're doing, but you don't have a personal relationship with them. You have a business working relationship with them, and they want to show and prove so they can continue to get business on Fiverr. That's their freelance job. They're probably not trying to work a 9 to 5, so they're trying to get as many clients as possible. So a happy client for you, I mean a happy client with you means another happy client. You're gonna
Yep.
give them a good review.
Good review, the
Build
five
your team.
stars, credibility.
Yes.
You're held accountable to receive that money. So I definitely understand all that. And
So
I'm
like I said,
definitely got a lot to think about going forward after this. So
go Google corporate structure. Go look at all the
mhm.
departments, and then go pluck Fiverr. Okay, boom. This is my accounting department. If you're not gonna get that off Fiverr or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. Here's my art department. Boom. Here's my whatever department. Boom, 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 boom. You might get 5 people.
Mhm.
And you might not need them every day. They'll
Nah,
do a
yeah,
gig for some people offer a gig for 2 weeks, a month. You
yeah.
pay them. Once that money's gone, it's gone. You paid that. Boom. All right. I got him for a month. He's gonna be creating social media content for me, posting once a day for me. That one post may help you out because there's days you can't post anything. One post is
Hmm.
more than none.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And even
saying?
if you can't use them every day, like you'll still have that person in the back of your mind when you're ready to just
Yeah,
go
they're
to,
still a
instead
part of
of
your
being like,
team.
yeah, exactly. Instead
Yeah,
of like shopping around and trying to
exactly.
scramble something at the last minute, like you'll have that person like, oh, I know such and such is good for it. So
Right.
yeah.
And then when you're ready to elevate and grow, you hire and fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's that much easier with them though, because they're contract workers. So you say, hey, you don't even have to say anything. You just don't pay them no more. You just move
Yeah,
on and go get
exactly.
somebody else. But yeah,
Exactly. Because they'll go get that other work too. So it's
it's the
no hard
easiest.
feelings. It's all business.
Yeah, and it's the easiest because you really
Mm-hmm.
don't have anybody saying, "Yo, man, why you tripping? Why you firing me? Why you know what I mean? You ain't got that."
Yeah. Especially if you're working with your friends compared to working with people where it's just strictly business. It always
Yes,
sometimes it always gets messy when you include your friends. Like you said, they get comfortable,
they
they get
get
used to
comfortable.
you, they get entitled.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So I've even been feeling that a little bit. I haven't even,
And then
reached the
guess what?
plateau that
Guess
I'm
what?
trying
Guess
to.
what?
So,
The biggest thing, the biggest issue with hiring your friends and family is, you know what the
hmm
biggest issue is?
what's up?
They don't even have a passion for what you do. They're just there because
Yeah.
it's nine times out of 10 they want to help you, but they don't have a
Hmm.
passion for it. So they're not gonna work like you for it because they don't love it.
Yeah.
It's
True.
convenience. They want to help you and it's convenience and they're getting paid,
Hmm.
but they don't love it. Anything you don't love, you're gonna half-ass it.
Yeah.
Most people, I'll say most people, because there's some people that say, if I'm gonna do a job, I'm just gonna do that shit to best to my ability. But a lot of lazy
Yeah.
people out here, man. A lot of lazy people. A lot of people just want to get paid and don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get people in your family, your friends, who are like, "Yeah, I got you, man. We're gonna do this. We're gonna whatever, whatever to the top." But the drive's not there. It's not. They're not in love with what they're doing. So what do
Yeah.
people do at work when they're not in love with what they're doing? What do? They
They
on
try to pass the
Instagram.
time.
They
Yeah, they
chilling.
trying to pass the time to get through it.
Exactly. And then
When
that's
it when
gonna
it's
that's
time to
gonna
leave.
create a wedge and a divide with you and your family and your friends.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
So
I've definitely seen that. So
yeah. I mean, I'm not
yeah.
saying you can't hire family and friends. I'm not saying that because sometimes it works. Like Kevin Hart
It
has
just
all his
depends on.
homeboys. LeBron has all his homeboys running his agencies and stuff like that. Sometimes it works, but
Yeah.
a lot of times on the way up, uh,
You shed people.
yeah, you gotta shed. There'll be a few that stick with you, and there'll be a few that have the vision and the drive, but a lot of them won't. They want to do something
Yeah.
else. You know what I'm saying? They want to do something else. But here's the thing. Here's an angle that you could take though. Find out what your friends' passions are, and then if
Hmm.
there's some element of your business that has that, then you put them there.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing
Yeah,
now. So
put them
yeah.
there. But you can't put somebody who loves filming videos and doing this and doing that as security.
Yeah. No,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That's not their love. They want to be doing
Hmm.
what you're doing. So
And
why not make
eventually
them?
they'll resent you. I feel
Yeah.
like
So
too.
you can make them like creative director because now
Yeah.
they're doing something they love and they're gonna get the
Hmm.
job done.
Yeah.
They're living the
No,
best,
for sure.
best of both worlds. They working with their family and friends. They working for themselves, quote unquote. They're not working somebody else's 9 to 5. Yeah, and they getting paid
Yeah.
to do what they
I've
love.
been I've been finding that too, because I know a lot of like actors, models, a lot of different creatives. It's not hard to find, it's just hard to find someone to commit. That's it. And stay
Right.
consistent. Like you
Because you
said,
gotta
it's really
find
hard
people
not
who
to,
love doing what you do.
yeah.
You have
Like I need
to.
people around me that if I go down, like they're still gonna continue on the message and goal of the company. Like that's what I feel like
Exactly.
I need around me.
And you'll
So
find
yeah.
it. You'll find it. But here's the
Not
thing.
eventually, yeah.
What you will get with Fiverr is somebody who's dedicated to doing what they're advertising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, you won't keep Fiverr forever. You'll build a team eventually. And it may not even
Hmm.
be friends, but you'll build a team that's, here with you and whatever, and they got a passion for doing what they're doing and you can trust them, whatever. That comes in time. You got to find them though. You
Yeah.
know, you got to find them and you got to test people and whatever, whatever. But for right now, Fiverr, that's the
Yeah,
route I'm
I'm
going
down
to
for the
go.
journey.
Yeah, that's the route I'm
I've
going.
met people that are literally my friends now. Like I met them through work, and we developed a friendship. But the
Yeah,
work came first, so I definitely could see that. I'm not shy to that. So
right.
yeah,
Well, there you go, man. We solved some problems tonight. Would you say? We solved some few.
no,
We solved a
definitely.
few things. Couple ideas.
So Fiverr, would
Build
you
your team.
say build your team,
Internship with Fashion Week
internship,
and
and
give
then
some
Tik?
product away, man.
Oh yeah, and TikTok too.
And TikTok, yeah, that's four.
Yeah,
Man, we need to
yeah,
write
there's a
that
lot of.
down. Hold on, let me
I
write this.
know.
I'm gonna speak it into my phone. Hold on, real quick.
All right, yeah, for
Build
sure. Send me
team
that
on
after.
Fiverr, comma, internship with Fashion Week, comma. What was the other one? TikTok,
TikTok.
comma, and free giveaways.
Mm,
Okay. So for me, I think I've covered the free giveaways. I get on Instagram and I give a game.
yeah,
I'm inspiring people, well, attempting to. Hopefully I do, touching somebody. Um, and then TikTok, I'm gonna do that. Fiverr, I'm gonna build a team. Internship, man, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but you should though.
why not? Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you do internships? Like,
Ah, man, I don't
what's
know.
your viewpoint on that for what you're doing? Like, as far as internships, like if
Uh,
somebody, for instance, like invites you out to a red carpet event to host, or like
they already
you
did, and I
feel,
turned it down. I don't want to do it.
mm,
That's just me though. I'm gonna live and die by what I want to do. I'm
no,
just
I feel
taking
that.
I'm just taking matters into my own hands. I'm not saying I don't need a team because that's why I'm gonna get the
Yeah,
Fiverr and I'll eventually get a regular team. But um, right now, that's not what I see for myself. I'll do it eventually, but right now, no, I'm just focused on this. I want to
I
stay
feel
right
that.
here in this room and do these interviews, and I'm gonna shop it. I'm gonna give me a reel. I'm gonna shop it, and I'm gonna get my TV show. And
I feel
I'll
that.
create. I'm gonna recreate. I ain't gonna give all my ideas away, but I'm gonna basically have a nice
We'll
reel.
talk.
They
We'll
can
talk.
really see what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like really see what it is. Me doing a talk show that
Hmm.
way and shop it. Yeah. So I'm gonna do
That'd
that.
be dope.
But internship. I mean, if somebody can, if I don't know, I'm not. I'll just say this. I'm not gonna go looking for it. If it falls in my lap, then I may entertain it. May go and see how it's run behind the scenes, the boards,
Yeah,
all that,
the
the cameras.
circumstances.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I may go. I
because
may
like you
go.
said, you want to stay true to yourself. So, and
Yeah.
everybody's doing everything from online. Like you don't even have to be in person anymore. I know you
Right.
want to be out there, connect with the people as well, but a lot of people definitely have won in this industry and different industries for sticking to what they know, sticking to their
Mhm.
guns, staying true to themselves. So
Yeah.
it's not like you have to conform in this industry anymore. You literally could make it happen. And like you
Yeah.
said, meet them where they're at, and you bring your audience to a not a label, but
Excuse me.
like a station or a
Yeah.
network.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Another platform. Yeah.
definitely.
And I'll say this too. I won't say that I won't do red carpets, but I've been asked and I turned it down, and
Mm.
it just didn't. My spirit didn't tell me to do it. I'm always gonna check
No,
with my
nothing wrong
spirit
with
and
that.
guide. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not moved to do it, I'm just not gonna do it. And other people
Yeah,
might
that is
jump at it
true.
like, oh my God, it's a great opportunity, this and that and the third. But when you're rooted, man, and you really believe in what you're doing and you have a vision and a focus on it, you're not gonna let anything disrupt that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Oh, also at the end of this show, we need to pray because you know how you start
Man, we
yours with
didn't
a prayer.
pray.
We didn't
How
pray,
did I
man.
miss that?
We didn't pray. We could do it at the end, but
No, we about to do it
I
right now.
definitely.
We
All
about to
right,
do it
and I
right now.
got you.
Let's
I
go.
got
Heavenly
you.
Father, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for just joining us together tonight. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just ask for forgiveness for forsaking you, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, for not acknowledging you at the beginning of the show, Lord Jesus, for you know our hearts. Lord Jesus, we just thank you for waking us up this morning. We thank you for life, love, happiness, food on our plate, clothes on our back, and a roof over our head, Lord Jesus. We just thank you for giving us breath in our lungs. We thank you for just waking us up one more day, giving us one more opportunity to fix whatever it is we want to fix about ourselves or the world, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, or just whatever we want to change about ourselves, whatever we want to accomplish, Lord Jesus. We just thank you for the one more opportunity, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, for we're not promised tomorrow, for we know this. Lord Jesus, we just give you all the victory, all the glory, all the love, all the praise. We just thank you for this platform. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Man, thank you for wow. How did I forget that? Man, I might have to
Amen.
chop this up. Nah, it is
Nah,
what it is. But how did I forget that?
nah,
Wow.
we caught it though. It's okay.
Mm.
So, but I know it's something you do spiritually,
Yeah.
habitually before any of your interviews. So I was
Man, I
like,
knew
nah, I
something was
gotta,
missing. Something was in me that was
yeah,
feeling. I felt weird. I felt different. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, man, and that's what it was. Straight up, just
yeah.
forgot. Wow.
I'm glad we remembered though.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
no problem, no problem.
Had to get it right. Keep it
Yeah, for
right. Keep
sure.
it tight. What self-analysis, real quick though? What's one thing that you feel that you should be doing more of or less of that will further you and where you're going? Self-analysis. What's one
Um,
thing? What you need to do?
Stay
Be real
consistent.
with. Be more consistent.
Hell yeah,
In
stay
what?
consistent. Just marketing. Being on social media as much as I hate it. Just staying consistent in anything that I'm doing. Like that also includes with just building a team later.
Mhm.
But like I gotta wear all the hats, and like I said, I give like 30 30 30 or 50 50 50. I need
Yeah.
to just, even if I am, which I don't want to, I'm just hypothetically speaking, even if I am giving 30 30 30, like I need to keep giving that 30 30 30 every day, and not 30 and then go
10,
ghost
0.
0 for some days, and then come back and give another 30. Like, no, I don't need to be doing that. I'm not gonna make it anywhere like that. So I just
let,
need to be more consistent.
let me give you
For
some more
sure.
game real quick. Free game. So
Mm,
what I've learned and what I'm noticing is that when you give when you give people something of value, they'll stick around a lot longer with less.
mm,
You understand what I'm saying to you? Listen to what I'm saying
yeah,
to you. When you give people value, say we're talking Instagram, you give people value, they will follow you and they will not unfollow you just because you're giving them some value once a week. But if you're giving them some bullshit or something funny or whatever that just fades and it doesn't hold any weight, there's no substance, they'll laugh for the moment. Then if you fail to give them something every day or every other day with that, they'll probably unfollow you. But when you're
yeah,
giving them some game that's changing their life and they can take that and be a better person, you can give it to them once a week, they're not gonna unfollow you. They know it's
yeah.
coming. You understand? So here's some more game for you. Here's an angle you can take on Instagram to get you going, because I know you're kind of shy. I just sense it, right? So it's gonna take a lot for you to get up there and just talk because you don't feel like people are gonna really receive what you're saying. But you gotta know that your voice matters and you have something to say. Because think about the philanthropy stuff that you're talking about and all the initiatives that you want to do. Do your research. Go online and look
Yeah,
at all the crisis in the world and what's out there that needs to be done and handled that the government's not handling, that NATO's not handling, whoever's not handling,
yeah,
and come up with a solution, a proposition in your mind on how you can be a change agent. You may not even have the solution, but propose it hypothetically
yeah.
and
Talk
talk
about things
about it.
people aren't talking about,
Get
and yeah,
online and talk about it, because guess what? I guarantee you there's millions of people who are feeling the same way about that same crisis and nobody's saying anything
yeah,
about it. Because why? They don't feel that their voice matters, or it's gonna go fall on deaf ears. Trust me, those same people that feel that will listen to what you're saying.
not for
and
sure.
and and it's not a play on, oh, let me say this so they can come and buy my clothes. No, it's genuine because you really care about that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You really care about empowering the world, bringing free water, clean water, doing this and doing that, and just making the world a better place. So if you're concentrating on all these crises and coming up with a hypothetical solution and asking people what they think about it and saying, even bringing light, because there's so much
yeah,
going on in this world that people don't know about. So if you just
exactly.
hop
It's
on and
just
be like, yo,
creating
boom,
that
boom, boom.
voice,
Yeah, exactly. Now, mind
creating
you,
that discussion.
yeah, exactly. Now, mind you, Facebook be on that bull, so they might censor you on some things, but
Yeah,
who
yeah,
cares? Who cares? The stuff that they take down, people are gonna fight for it. Like, yo, why did they censor
yeah,
you? Why they
exactly.
take that down? Like, that's a whole nother discussion. People
I'm
will
sure
fall in
your
line.
videos, even if your video got taken down, I'm sure someone who's seeing your video, it probably inspired them to make a video. They can't take them all down.
Right.
So it's like, I definitely feel like,
Yeah. Find your angle,
yeah.
man. Talk about what you care about.
Hmm.
I care about the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If not, I wouldn't have talked about it on the show. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm
Yeah, no, I
saying is
feel
just a
that.
recap of what we spoke about and just trying to give somebody some inspiration and some game. Do the same thing. Talk about the things that you care about. You care about the world, empowering the world. How many
Hmm.
different ways can you empower the world? How many things
Yeah,
out there need to be changed? Need some light, need to be talked about. Talk about it. It'll
no, for
be
sure.
easy for you and it'll come natural because you care about it. You gotta just talk about what you care about, man. Don't get on there talking about no bull.
No, for sure.
It's a lot of
And me
that.
creating that discussion will allow other people to hone in and create more discussion. Like I have
Exactly.
ways that in mind that I want to empower the world. There's someone that could be across the world that has other ideas that I deeply feel, and I feel like we could work together to do that. Make me think in different perspectives and different parts of the world that aren't even really talked about. So
Right.
yeah,
And here's one thing too. Here's a little asterisk on that. Once you give them the game on what's going on, you're not there for the debate.
yeah,
You did your part. You brought light to it and you gave uh your idea of a solution to the problem, right? So you did your part. You're not there to go back and forth and debate because if someone else wants to debate but not giving a solution, an idea about how we can make it better, then what's the point? Don't
yeah,
have those conversations. People can comment all day, but don't get into the back and forth with nobody. Leave the message there, leave the information there, shed light on what's going on in the world, and say, hey, this is what I think we should do, or how it could be better, or how it could be changed, or solved, or resolved.
hmm,
Leave it
yeah. Just
and
all about
move
creating a
on.
discussion.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't get into the back and forth because that's when you will start losing people.
nah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Because you're always gonna
Yeah,
have the naysayers come in, and they're gonna keep coming in, which is the funniest thing. If they don't like what you're saying, why you keep coming back? But they will. But
yeah.
you welcome that too,
Hmm.
because we need those people. We need to see both sides of the argument
Exactly.
to
And I'll
see.
create another topic in the comments so amongst the people who are tuned in. So,
Yeah, you got to see both sides of the argument so you can get to the solution. So
yeah,
those are welcome.
every
Let
time.
them be there though. Let other people go back and forth with them, not you. You're just the messenger.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And quote unquote the potential change agent.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Don't get caught up in that. Leave it.
no, for sure.
Yeah, there you go, man. Well, listen, check this out. Give everybody the game on where they can find your material, your work, your clothes, all that, and we're gonna get up on out of here, man.
All right, for sure. Yeah, so you could definitely find the brand in the collection. Once again, it's Empower the World Collection on Instagram at the World Collective Brand. Um, the website, everything as far as art entertainment, is going to be art.r.t.entertainment on Instagram as well. All the links are in there in the bio. You can find all the collection on the worldcollective.world. That's the official site of the World Collective. And then also on that page or also on the website, you can find the art blog on there as well. It's something I started as far as spotlight artists on my last collection. I need to revamp that up, which I will be doing so soon as far as just creating a new revamped, new and improved website. But yes, the World Collective brand on Instagram, the World Collective dot world, once again dot world on the web, and art entertainment.
Uh-oh, you went I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You went mute. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear nothing you saying right now. Did your headset die? Nah, I can't hear nothing. It's all good. I'm gonna wrap it up for you, man. It's all good. Listen, y'all go check out the World Collective brand on Instagram. Check out Art Entertainment on Instagram. That's a.art.r.t.entertainment on Instagram. The website, the World Collective .world on on the website, on the World Wide Web. Y'all go check out that. Check out the brand. Check out the new drop. Support that. Support indie. Support small businesses. Empower the world. You see it right there. The button, the shirt, all that. He got something for everyone. The ladies, the fellas. Y'all check it out. Show that love. It's all love. That's what we do it for. Bringing that value to you. I do this for you. Can't do it without you. You know where I'm at. Every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here, right here, kicking it. All right? We out of here. Peace and love, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Yeah.